my beautiful Libra peeps, what's happening, what's crack-a-lackin', and what's poppin', baby? It's your boy for CancerMoonsTarot, and I'm coming at you guys with your mid-June, 15th through the 30th, mid-month tarot reading. I hope you guys are well, and if so, let me know down in the comments down below. As always, readings here are general, so if they resonate, that's awesome, and if not, it's not your message, and if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, or TikTok, you're more than welcome to. All that information is going to be linked down in the description box down below. So Libra, how are you, baby? Good morning. I hope you're having a fantastic start to your day. And let's see what we got going on for mid-June. Messages for Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-June 2021. What do we got coming in here for Team Libra, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-June 2021. All right, Libra, let's go ahead and get ourselves one more shuffle, and we'll see what we got going on, baby. Hopefully, we got ourselves some pretty fantastic stuff. Libra, overall energy for you guys here is showing up as the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, the first thing that came through is pretty interesting because it's actually backwards of the way that the saying goes. It said work harder, not smarter, but the actual term is work smarter, not harder. So I'm not sure why my guides presented it that way to me, but it could incorporate that maybe right now it's a time to not get too tactical. It's a time to not get too wrapped up in your head about a certain situation, whether this situation is dealing with your career or dealing with a relationship. Maybe right now is all about work and it's not so much about the tacticalness or being in your head about something. Taking a look at your current energy, we do got here the King of Cups. Taking a look at the person you're dealing with, we have here the 10 of Pentacles, and then looking at the outcome that's present for you is showing up as the 4 of Pentacles. Okay, so interesting reading so far. Definitely gonna have to clarify a couple of things, but the 8 of Pentacles to the King of Cups, your overall energy to your current. This is about working hard right now, but I feel like it's about working hard on yourself, especially when it comes towards your emotions and how grounded you are within your emotions and your feelings, right? So this is about becoming emotionally mature, knowing how to deal with situations that trigger you and knowing how to take care of yourself so that you don't lead to a place of explosion, but instead you respond instead of react, right? So this is the energy, I think, this month where you're really learning how to react to or how to respond to situations rather than to react to situations and let people take your energy and piss you off and make you pop off and this, that, and the third. Now, looking at the outcome that's present, we do have here the 4 of Pentacles. So, Libra, this looks like there is a lot of deep triggers inside of you that you still hold on to. And I think that ultimately, that is what you're working on releasing. That is what you're working on letting go of. Because you do have something pretty special right in front of you. 10 of Pentacles. Could be a person, could be a job, could be a really solid family that you have, could be a really solid group of friends that you have. But at the end of the day, you have some sort of abundance here that's right in front of you. And I think that with all of these triggers and things that have bothered you in your past that still live within you, I feel like they come out every now and then. And you don't want it to come out. You don't want what your past hurt is, what your past trauma is, to interfere with something good in your life. So I do feel like a lot of you guys are definitely learning how to respond instead of react. You're learning how to take care of your feelings and really deal with them in more of a healthy manner instead of bottling everything up to the point of explosion. So I think the energy of work harder, not smarter is coming through for you in the sense of don't be all caught up and wrapped up in your head about how you need to go about expressing this or expressing that. Instead, just work very hard on yourself right now to express your feelings to other people and to respond instead of react and to work on the triggers at hand, you know? Instead of trying to find the best way to release it, just go ahead and take action, you know? I think that that's kind of what your guides are trying to say to you, you know? Don't overcomplicate or overthink how to let go of things that have been bothering you or release things from your past, because the only thing you can truthfully do is take action to make sure that you don't let those things from the past overrule what's happening in your present, okay? Hopefully this all makes sense so far. Let's clarify the 4 of Pentacles. Why is the 4 of Pentacles showing up as the outcome for Libra? And what do we got? We got the 2 of Cups, and we got the Star card. So Libra, you feel like whatever you've experienced in your past, your burdens, right? You feel like your burdens are still with you till this day. You feel like your burdens are still with you right now. It's like no matter what I do, they've become a part of me. So in a way, you've identified with your past, Libra. You have identified with what you've gone through. For example, Let's say you were cheated on by somebody in your past and it caused you to no longer trust that person. Well, you may have identified yourself as a person moving forward that has trust issues. So what's happening here, Libra, is whatever you've gone through in your past is what you've decided to identify with, and you've carried that out into your present moment. So if you got somebody who screwed you over in your past and made you lose trust with that person, you've now identified yourself as a person who has trust issues. So now that everybody that walks into your life, whether they're positive or negative, good vibes or bad vibes, you don't have the capacity or the ability to trust them because you've identified that you're a person that isn't easy to trust others. So I know this reading here may be triggering, but I think that is the point, because this is about removing your triggers from your past and no longer identifying with them and no longer carrying them out into your present moment. All right, so this reading is definitely going to go really deep. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, definitely feel free to comment down below, Libra. We'll chat about it and we'll talk about it, okay? Now, you also have the Star card come out. I think that ultimately you carry these burdens with you on a daily basis, but you do have a strong urge to want them gone. You have a strong urge to want to be cleared and freed from these burdens, you know? You're like, I wish that I could be released from them, but truthfully you can. It's all going to be about action though. Instead of being in your head figuring out a plan, how to release it, how to let it go, it's really more so about taking the action to release it. Remember, when things come up and when things trigger you, instead of reacting to the situation, take a step back and respond to the situation in a very emotionally grounded type of manner. And moving forward from that as well, when it comes towards whatever you've experienced in your past, don't identify that as who you are. Because remember, in this life, we write our own stories. When we identify ourselves as something, our reality plays out as such. So if I identify myself as a unconfident, anxious, shy person, I'm going to perceive myself to the world as an unconfident, anxious, shy person, when in actuality, I'm a confident person. I'm an awesome person, right? So I like to show that to the world. So whatever you identify yourself with is what the other people in your reality will see you and what you will see yourself as. So that's what's really important right now about removing these triggers from your past, these traumas, these things that are bothering you, because whatever you experienced in your past, you've made an identity out of that and carried it out into your present moment. And I think what's happening here is that your guides want you to shatter that identity that is not the true you, that identity that was a hurt form of you, and the universe wants you to rebrand yourself into who you truly want to be. So for example, Libra, if you feel like you have a hard time trusting because you identified yourself as a person with trust issues, it's time to take action to start trusting people more. It's time to take action to start, opening up yourself to people more and hearing what they have to say and believing it, right? If you have identified yourself as a person who cannot be loved, it is time to take action to love yourself and to open your eyes to the fact that other people do have the potential to love you, So this is what this month's really going to be about. It's going to be about getting out of that Four of Pentacles type of energy. It's about letting go of all the triggers, letting go of all the things and burdens of your past that you've identified with, because that's not your true identity. It's about coming out of your crab shell, even though you're not a Cancer, and revealing a brand new you to the world, okay? I can definitely say for this tarot reading, I don't think it's going to be many cards. I'm going to pull a couple more, but I just have a lot of channeled information here for you. So what else can I say for Libra, please, throughout mid-June that's really going to help them throughout this process? Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, throughout mid-June 2021. What other information can I give to Libra? We got here the Seven of Swords, we got here the Two of Pentacles, and we got here the Seven of Cups. Libra, when you created that identity of your hurt self in the past, that identity now isn't getting you anywhere that you want to be. That's what's keeping you stuck. That's what's deceiving you. That's what's screwing you over. It's the identity that you've created within your story and have carried out into this very moment, into this very day. I know I keep going back to that example of trust issues, but remember, what you identify yourself as is what you become. So Libra, in the month of June, in the second half of June, take some action here to identify yourself of everything that you want to be. I learned a long time ago that we actually get to choose our identity. It's not so much about society or what our past experiences were or whatever we've gone through. It's about vibrationally what we choose to accept as our identity in that very moment, okay? For example, right now, vibrationally, I can choose that my identity is a person who loves themselves, a person who is happy with their life, a person who is, very abundant in all things, and I can have that right in front of me. But I could also choose an identity right now of a person who's unhappy with their life and has no goals and doesn't want to do anything, right? So your identity is your choice. It is not society's choice. It is not your parents' choice. It is not what you've been through and your past choice. It is your choice right now in this present moment. So it's time to shatter this old identity of hurt and pain that has blocked you from all of the beautiful things that you've wanted to have and that you've wanted to manifest in the now. I think what's triggering all of this, Libra, like I said, is the Ten of Pentacles, because you have something good in your life now. Maybe a beautiful, possible romantic partner came into your life. Maybe an awesome job came into your life. Maybe a great group of friends came into your life, And you're in a space right now where you feel like you don't want to fuck it up because you don't want your past to haunt you. Well, remember, we got to shatter that old identity, and we got to allow ourselves here to enjoy the good things that come into life and to trust that the good things are good things. When anything that's good comes into your life and you always have in the back of your mind that maybe it's not true or maybe it's not intentional or maybe it's not, what I think it is, you're never going to allow yourself to enjoy something great. You're always going to think that somebody else has motive to hurt you or screw you over. And I totally understand people's environments. If you come from an environment or a past, Libra, where you've been fucked over a lot of times, it's not going to be easy to trust people. It's not going to be easy to look at the world and feel like there's some good out there. But if you identify yourself as a person who only attracts the bad people, you're going to keep on attracting that. Remember, we keep going back to the identity thing. The identity thing is so important. So I actually have a pretty cool exercise for you guys that I really hope would help out. I would really recommend getting a piece of paper. You could get a piece of paper or a notebook, whatever, and I want you to write everything that you identify with that you hate. So for example, if you identify yourself as a person with trust issues and you dislike that, write it down. So I want you to write down in your identity the things that you don't like that you identify with. Now, when you make that list, I want you to make it the list of everything you can think of. You can hate that you identify with feeling unconfident. You can hate that you identify with feeling insecure. You can hate that you identify with trust issues, whatever. Write all that down on a list. Now, when you're done with that, what I want you to do is you're going to take the piece of paper and you're going to fold it 3 times away from you. Okay? Not towards you. You don't want to bring that towards you, right? Energetically, we want to push this away from you. So you're going to fold that 3 times away from you, and once that's it, go burn it. Go throw it in a fire pit. Go throw it in the fireplace. Go into, a safe area where you can start a little fire, burn the piece of paper, and let that shit go into flames. Because what you're doing right there is you're releasing that old identity. And once you complete that, what I want you to do is get another piece of paper. And what you're going to do is you're going to write out exactly what your new identity is. I identify with being a positive person. I identify with being a confident person. I identify with being a happy person. You're going to write out everything that you want to identify with on that piece of paper. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take that piece of paper and you're going to put it away somewhere. It doesn't matter if you fold it, this, that, and the third. Keep in mind, even though folding can represent energies, you don't have to fold for either of them. So don't freak out if, because I know sometimes people come in the comments and they're like, did I do the folding correctly? That's just an energy type of thing. So you don't have to fold for either of them, but if you want to, you can. But with the new paper that you have of the identity on it that you would like, keep that piece of paper around. Keep it under a notebook that you have, or keep it at your nightstand or something. And every night that you go to bed, read that aloud to yourself, what you identify with. Every morning when you wake up, read that aloud to yourself. When you're working, maybe have that piece of paper by the side of you. And if you start feeling like you're identifying with the bad things again, remind yourself of what you're choosing to identify with now. Keep it around as a reminder of what you're choosing to be your identity. That is going to be incredibly important, okay? And it's going to open up a whole new world, 7 of Cups, of beautiful opportunities and beautiful experiences for you to have. And most importantly, it's going to bring some balance and some justice back into your life as you're releasing all of these freaking burdens that no longer resonate to you. You're taking a new path, and that path is going to be by choice because you get to choose your motherfucking identity, Libra. I like it. I like it a lot. Libra, fantastic reading, baby. I really hope this helped, because this is a really awesome and amazing reading. I'm happy to see a lot of you guys here noticing, you know, what your triggers were and what you used to identify with and how that's been carried out into your current reality. I'm really happy that a lot of you guys are choosing to respond rather than react. I'm really happy that you're choosing to work on yourself as a whole. This is a really wonderful reading, and I hope it really helps, man. I don't feel like there's anything else to add, you know? You write your own story. You are the author of your own story, and you have every right to create a beautiful one for yourself. Don't create a negative story. Identify with beautiful things that you want in your life and write your story as the most amazing story you can come up with, okay? All right, Libra, I love you guys so much. Take care, man. Thank you for coming through. Enjoy the rest of your June 2021, and I will catch you all in your next video. Much love, Libra, and have yourselves a good one. Peace. Later, guys.